If you've been eyeing the Dôen Spring collection, but you really want to see it on a regular body rather than a Dôen model, before you commit to a splurge purchase, this video is probably going to be for you. I'm going to be trying on 8 different pieces from the new Dôen Spring collection. We have their infamous dresses, we have knitwear, tops and jackets, a little bit of everything to show you what I would recommend, what's worth splurging on, and what you should be avoiding from the collection this time. So let's get straight on into it. I do love me a Dôen dress, and when I saw this print, which actually in the Emirata, which is this style from Dôen, is exclusive, I believe, to Net-a-Porter and Nordstrom maybe. So this isn't available directly on the Dôen website, but I will leave options for it linked down below. I just fell in love with the gorgeous summery spring nature of this particular print. Now all the details of the prints, the styles and the sizes I got will be on screen or in the description box down below, with the links to the places that you can buy these, specifically the places that I can find them the cheapest, because the prices do vary depending on where you get your Dôen. But as I was saying, as soon as I saw the print on this dress, I knew I had to try it. It is a beautiful cream background with pink, blue and white flowers. This is right up my street, and the Emirata is actually one of my favorite styles from Dôen. If you saw my Dôen collection video, you know I have a couple of these, and I thought this would be the perfect new addition. But I do also have this print in another dress style, which is new to me. I've never tried it on before. So I'm going to try the two on, compare, and we can see which one I prefer in terms of the silhouette and which one I would recommend. First impressions of the Emirata, I do love it. I think, as suspected, it's a really pretty print for spring and summer. It feels very light. This would work amazingly with blue denim. I love to wear my Emirata dresses with a blue denim jacket, whether that's oversized or more fitted, both work really well. And I do think that this particular color would look really good with blue denim, like a mid-wash blue. It would also look really good with a brown, actually. I have the Pascal jacket from Dôen in a brown, so I could throw that on over the top. Yeah, I really like this color with this brown jacket as well. This is very oversized, so I don't think the combination is going to be for everyone, but I like a really oversized trawl jacket to kind of masculinize, is that a word, these dresses, because they are so floaty and feminine. Sometimes it's nice to add that little bit of contrast into the look by pairing them with something more oversized or more kind of harsh and relaxed. So yes, I'm wearing a size medium in the Emirata. I find a medium is very true to size. These dresses are incredibly accommodating. I would highly recommend them if you're always in between sizes, or if you're pregnant or whatever it might be, because they have the adjustable ties on both the waist and the bust. They're going to fit whatever size you get. They're going to fit a variety of different sizes. I could wear this in a small, I could probably also wear it in a large, and it would be okay. So it's a nice one if you're trying Dôen for the first time and you're not sure about their sizing. You can't really go wrong with the Emirata in that respect. Now I will say this particular Emirata definitely needs a slip under it. It isn't really going to be okay to wear on its own, because you can see the colour is just very light, and Dôen don't line any of their dresses. So if you're going to get into Dôen, you want to get a couple of their dresses, I would just recommend investing in a really nice slip that you can wear under any of the sheer ones, and then you're never going to have that problem of them being too sheer. It's one of those things, kind of annoying to have to buy something separate, but once you have it, you can reuse it and you can wear it every time with your dresses, and you never have to worry. So I definitely think it's a worthwhile wardrobe investment. In fact, I'll leave a couple that I recommend linked down below. Now the Emirata is obviously the sleeveless version of their infamous Ischia dress. You know, I would love this print in an Ischia as well. I do love the Ischia for when I want a sleeve, but this is really nice for warmer weather. This is something I would totally bring on holiday. The other thing with Dôen dresses is that they are so lightweight because they're not lined. They're very lightweight cotton. They pack so small, so you can actually fit loads of Dôen dresses if you're going away for a few days. You're only bringing a small bag, you can fit loads of their dresses and have lots of variety. So this is the Emirata. I would definitely recommend, as I said, as long as you buy the slip as well, or you have one already, you're going to get so much wear out of this dress. And I find these wash really well as well. I always wash my Dôen dresses, I think all of my Dôen dresses in the washing machine on a cold cycle, and they've never shrunk or gotten disfigured or anything like that. So they aren't too difficult to care for either, which is another reason that I really appreciate their dresses, because sometimes I find Suzanne, for example, their dresses can be a little bit more fiddly, and Christy Dawn, they can be a little bit more fiddly to care for, whereas I find most of the Dôen pieces fairly straightforward. So the Emirata gets a big thumbs up from me, but we also have the Ilana in the same print. So this is exactly the same print, but you can see a different silhouette. I'm not sure if this is a new silhouette for Dôen or if it's a style that they've had in previous years, but it's one I've never tried before. So I'm very intrigued to try this on. I also got this in a medium. This has a little bit of a fluttery sleeve on it. So if you like something on your shoulders, you might want to opt for this one. It's got almost like a collar on it as well, with lace trims and a little blue bow. I love the touch of blue on these dresses. I think it complements the creams and the pinks really well. And then the collar goes round to the back and you've got all the flutteriness. It's like almost like a butterfly sleeve. So let's compare and contrast and see which one we like best. I have to admit, this one is very pretty too. It's going to be a hard decision which one I prefer. So this is the Ilana. Beautiful silhouette, super comfortable as well. These dresses are, it's like not wearing anything, which is a big bonus. They're not tight in any way. The shirring isn't uncomfortable. You know, sometimes when you have shirring and it's so uncomfortable and tight that it leaves kind of an imprint on your skin at the end of the day. These are not like that. They're delicate, they're soft, very lightweight, very nice if you live in a really warm climate, but I wear them a lot in the UK as well. So this is the collar kind of sleeve situation on the Ilana. It is very beautiful. I think quite flattering as well on most people. It has this kind of scoop neck here with the little, I love the touch of blue here. I think it just pops against the cream and the pink really nicely. We have the shirring on the bodice and then these really small like floaty little sleeves. Dare I say it, I might honestly prefer this one to the Emirata. I think it's slightly more beautiful, slightly more intricate as well, but they are both stunning. The shirring, you've almost got like a couple of little tiers here on the middle of the dress and then it flows into the longer skirt. I would say both the Emirata and the Ilana are the same ankle length, which most Dôen dresses tend to be. If you are petite, you probably, it depends how you like your dresses. If you like a really long maxi, you'll be fine. If you prefer something slightly shorter, these might not work that well for you. So if you're regular height, I'm 5'5", they tend to all work on my height, luckily. So yes, that's the Ilana. Let me know which you would pick, which you would prefer. The price difference is, I think the Ilana is slightly more expensive than the Emirata, but it does have quite a little bit more detail, so I can understand why. I just love this little sleeve. I hope they do this dress in more prints in the future because I think the silhouette is really nice. Again, similar, you are going to need a slip with this unless you don't mind that kind of sheer look, translucent look. It isn't fully sheer, but it is something that you probably are going to have to be careful with. So let me know what you think. Let me know which one you would pick. But honestly, I think either are beautiful. The pattern is obviously the same. If you want something slightly more casual, maybe more wearable for day to day, I would probably go for the Emirata. If you want something maybe a little bit fancier, a little bit more princess-like, the Ilana is the one to go for. Let's do another dress now because I was actually really excited for this one. This is the Clover dress, and I do believe this is a new silhouette for 2026. This has come out in a black, a white, and then this gorgeous red. I'm really tempted actually by this dress if I do like it, because this one is a cotton poplin, so you're not going to need a slip with this one. This one is fully opaque. It's not going to be see-through or sheer at all. So if you're one of those people that just can't get on board with having to buy a slip and layer it underneath, but you still want that Dôen look, I would go for any of their cotton poplin dresses, and the Clover dress is one of those. I don't know if the white would be sheer because it is white, but the black and the red I'm sure would be absolutely fine. This one is also kind of got this little delicate sleeve, and then it has some ruching. This is a very kind of infamous Dôen vibe as well. They have lots of dresses like this. I think there's one called the Mariana. There's a few different versions. They kind of tweak them year on year, but I think this is a new one. And I just really liked, there was something about the neckline and the sleeve on this that I really liked. I like that it doesn't have a puff sleeve, because sometimes I find that they look too princessy and too kind of formal when they have a puff sleeve, whereas this one feels a little bit more casual, perfect for everyday kind of summer vibes. I instantly love this one, the Clover dress, so pretty. There's something about a red dress that just hits different, right? I just love the colour. It's a universally flattering colour. It looks good on everyone, no matter your skin tone, your hair colour. So if you're unsure of colours, you haven't had your colour analysis done, then you could just go for a red. I really like it. It's a little bit more pared back. It's a little bit less girly than all of the florals that Dôen often do. If you're looking for something a little bit more sleek, I know the Carol Bessette Kennedy vibe is very in, and I do think like the black version of this, if you want something a little bit more feminine than her typical style, but still very elegant and minimal, could be really good. So I really like it. I love the neckline. I love this little sleeve. Like the shape of this sleeve is just quite interesting to me. A little bit different, subtle detail, but something slightly more special than you would see on a cheaper dress than this. I did have to remove my bra for this one because obviously the sleeves are quite narrow. You would probably have to wear some kind of special bra or just a strapless bra or no bra. These dresses are pretty kind of supportive because they have all of the shirring and the ruching. The length of this, I would say, maybe is a touch longer than the other two. It's definitely kind of almost hovering above the ground rather than sitting at my ankles. I don't know if you can see the length. Hopefully you can, but it is slightly longer. So if you're taller and you're looking for a true maxi dress, the Clover dress could be a good one to go for. It is very comfortable, same as the other two dresses, even though it does have this shirring, it doesn't feel tight. I'm also wearing a medium in this one, and I would say the fit is really nice. It doesn't have pockets. None of the Dôen dresses have pockets, which is so annoying. I do wish they would put pockets in them. That's my only negative, really, of these dresses. Most of the time I love them, but I just wish there were pockets. But other than that, I can't complain. And again, as I said, it's a cotton poplin, so it's going to have a slightly different drape to the lighter cotton ones like the Emirata. Those are very, very lightweight. They almost feel like nothing. It feels like you're wearing air, whereas this definitely has a thickness to it. It doesn't feel hot. You can still totally wear these in the summer, but it does just make it a little bit more heavyweight, a little bit thicker, and obviously not see-through as well. This is another one that would look great just with a little denim jacket in the summer, a basket bag, some sandals or some flip-flops. I know people hate when I wear flip-flops with these dresses, but I actually quite like it. Casuals them down, makes them beachy, but yeah, looks great with just a little cropped denim jacket. I love this one from Another Stories, or an oversized jacket, whatever you fancy, a little cardigan for the evening. Like if you wrap that around your shoulders, how cute would that look? They're just quite versatile, and you could even wear this one in the winter because it's that poplin material. I feel like it does transition to autumn winter with the right styling, whereas these lighter cotton ones, not so much. Okay, I think I'm going to move on and do some tops, and then we will go back to the final couple of dresses. So I have just one top actually to show you. This top, what is this called? This is the Eldoris top in white. I got this in the size large, and I thought this was so beautiful. The intricacies and the detail on Dôen tops are second to none. They are so expensive, and I do appreciate that the price point puts a lot of people off, and by no means do you have to spend this much money on a white cotton top. However, I do think, I watched a reel from Andrea, I think her name is Andrea. She does fantastic content on mindful shopping, quality, looking for quality within brands, reviewing brands, and she was talking about how Dôen is leaps and bounds ahead of most brands in terms of their detailing, their lace, their embroidery, their pin tucking, all that kind of detail, and it does actually warrant the higher price point that they charge. And I get it's not going to be for everyone, and it might be a one-off piece that you buy for a very special occasion or a present to yourself, but actually you can't quite replicate this most of the time, I would say, at a cheaper price point. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, it is expensive. I appreciate that. It is beautiful, this one, though. I think it's gorgeous. I love the frill that goes down the middle. It's got a tiny little sort of peplum on it, and then it's got beautiful detailing on the sleeves as well. And it does kind of, the collar does run onto the back, and a little bit of the lace and crochet detailing on the back as well. So I'm going to pop this on with just a simple pair of blue jeans. I think it's a great outfit for spring, and we can also try a couple of the knitwear pieces and jackets that I've got as well once I've got this one on. Okay, I've put my jeans back on, and I'm going to address the elephant in the room before anyone else comments. I am wearing barrel jeans. As the person who has not been so nice about barrel jeans for probably about 3 years now, I finally succumbed to the trend. I am officially a late adopter of the barrel jean, and honestly, I hate to admit it, but I'm quite enjoying it. I actually really like these. They're from Mint Velvet, and I would say they're a subtle barrel. And you know what? I was finally convinced to try them after I kept hearing people say that if you're curvy and you've got wide hips, a barrel jean fits almost like how you want a straight jean to fit, but never does. And I hate to admit those people were right. Anyway, moving on. The top, is it the Eldoris top? I forget. Very pretty. Now, it's very delicate. I would say the sizing on Dôen can be weird because all of the dresses that I have are in a medium. They fit really well. If anything, I could probably do a small as well. They're quite stretchy. This top, anything that doesn't have stretch, I do feel runs quite small. This top is a large and it fits fine, but I would almost, I think I would probably send this back because I'm thinking about keeping this one. But I would almost want to send it back and get an extra large in this, which is not really my typical size because I just find, although this fits, I always find with cotton tops like this, it's always better to go up a size. Honestly, for most clothing in general, it's always better to go up a size, I would say, except for jeans, where I always try and get the smallest size because they always stretch out. But with tops like this, I find that if you're going to wash this, they always do just shrink a little bit even if you're hand washing them. And so for that reason, I always like to have a little bit extra room to begin with. So I know it's going to, if it does shrink, it will still fit really well. And this one I just think is like on the cusp, like it fits perfectly now, but if it shrunk even a little bit, even like 1%, I'd wish it was slightly bigger. So for that reason, I would definitely recommend going up a size in this because, yeah, it's just not that big. And it's got this little kind of peplum, as I said, which almost nips you in at the waist, which actually I think is really nice. You can see kind of in the back, it kind of creates a little bit of shape. But because of that, it does feel a little bit smaller than a large typically would on me. Otherwise, I love it. I think it's so cute. I love the detailing on the sleeves. They're a bracelet sleeve, which is something that Dôen do a lot when they do a longer sleeve. It tends to be just a little bit shorter, so you can show off your watch or your bracelets, which I always wear bracelets these days, so actually I really like that detail. I think it's a very flattering length on everyone, just to have a tiny little bit of wrist on show, and especially for the spring summer months. So yeah, I really like it. I think it's beautiful, and as I said, these Dôen tops are just so detailed, so gorgeous, so much thought goes into all of them. They have so many kind of different techniques within one top. You've got the pin tucking, you've got the embroidery, you've got this beautiful ruffle frill here and this little collar, and then you've got it cinched at the waist to create this little kind of almost peplum shape. Very, very beautiful. So I would recommend this top. I think it's gorgeous. I think it's beautiful. But I would definitely say size up if you want something that you know is going to fit, even if it does shrink a little bit. So yes, that's what it looks like on me. I hope you can get like a good appreciation for how all these pieces look and fit. I'll probably do a little bit of Instagram content with these pieces as well, and maybe let you know which I'm going to keep. Definitely keeping the red dress because I don't have anything like that. And I think I will keep this, but I will size up. And then I need to decide between the first two. Not sure yet which style I prefer. But yeah, this one is a big win for me. And I don't think I own any tops from Dôen at the moment because, like you, I'm always hesitant because of the price point. But this one I think is special enough to warrant the heavier price tag. Now, if there's one piece from Dôen that I can't get enough of, it is the Pascal jacket. You actually saw my brown one earlier. I wear that one so much. They are the perfect jacket for this time of year when it is spring. You need something, kind of if you're going out, you need like a layer, but you don't want a coat. You don't want a blazer, you want something casual, but you want something that's fun and interesting. I love them. I chuck them over dresses, I wear them with jeans, I wear them with skirts. And so I have been contemplating getting a lighter colour, because obviously mine is a darker colour, which I do love, but it does lean a little bit more autumn, winter, or autumn specifically. And so when I saw this butter yellow little version of the Pascal jacket, I had to try it because I just thought it was the perfect spring version. They brought this out in a red as well, which I thought was so fun. It's like a similar red to this with, I think it's got the brown corduroy on it. They've got a denim version, all sorts of different versions. And yeah, I was very tempted by all of them, but the yellow specifically caught my eye. And I do love it. I think just with blue jeans, a white top, or chucked over any kind of dress, it does kind of act as a neutral. I feel like you can pair this colour with pretty much everything. It looks great with blue. Like if I wore it with this blue dress, I think that would look really nice. But you can wear it with white, black, whatever, brown as well. And I love these jackets. I think they're so cool. They fit very oversized. I'm wearing a size small. So if you consider the top, I'm going to exchange for an extra large. The jacket is a small and it is still nice and chunky and oversized on me. It definitely has that oversized relaxed fit, so I would definitely recommend sizing down in the Pascal, maybe even 2 sizes if you're petite, because you do get a lot of room in these jackets, which I love, but you don't need your true size really. They all have the corduroy details in different colours. So this has this really nice kind of lighter brown, very like 70s vibe. And it's also on the collar. The buttons are really beautiful. They also kind of match the colour of the corduroy. And then, yeah, it's a nice thick cotton. And you can often get these in the Dôen sale, in the like, I can't remember what their sales are called. I think they've got different names, but well, they do sales a few times a year. You can actually quite easily find these secondhand as well. So if you're looking for Dôen secondhand, look out for the jacket because it quite often crops up. It's a piece that they've done for a few years now. They do it in so many colours. So you do tend to find a couple that crop up secondhand. Actually, did I buy mine secondhand? I can't remember, maybe. But yeah, if you don't fancy paying full price, because again, they're on the more pricey side, but I would say for the amount of wear I've gotten out of my brown one, it has been worth the price tag. I definitely feel like I would get a lot of wear out of the yellow as well. It's a different colour for me. I've actually been gravitating to yellow a lot recently, probably because it is on trend. I got a yellow cardigan as well recently. Let me see if I can show you. This one here, which I've been wearing so much, again with blue. I just think it looks great. But yeah, I've been really into my yellow lately, so this one might have to stay in my collection. But let me know what you think of the colour. Do I need both? What do you think? Which one do you prefer? Would you buy this one? I would recommend it though. It is definitely getting a thumbs up. You probably know that already. I've loved the Pascal jacket for ages now. Speaking of yellow, let's move on to the 2 knitwear pieces I have to show you. I have the, oh my gosh, what is this called? I love this cardigan and I can't remember what it's called. Nope, it's not coming to me. I'll put it on screen. I have this cardigan in 3 colours already, blue, pink and green. And I saw they brought out a yellow version and I wanted to show you it. Now this one is a really gorgeous, it's slightly more vibrant yellow than the jacket, as you can see. The jacket is almost more of like a hay colour. It reminds me of hay from Farrow and Ball. I'm very in an interiors mindset at the moment, and I do like that paint colour. But this one is a little bit more lemon yellow rather than butter yellow. And then I also have this cardigan, which I believe is the Dôen cardigan. Let me see. Yeah, this is the Dôen cardigan in cream, in a cable knit, and this is a cashmere. This is 100% cashmere. So really, really nice. It's a layering piece for spring. And it's got some beautiful cable knit detail on the front and the back. So let me try these both on. I know I'm going to love the yellow one because obviously I already own this one, but I've never tried this style before. So I'd be interested to compare the two, because this one is a mohair blend and this one is cashmere. Don't know what it is, but there is something about this cardigan that I can't remember the name of. What is it called? Nope, it's not coming to me. Well, you'll know because it's on screen. But there's something about the fit of this cardigan that I just love. It's my perfect little cropped, slightly cropped, fitted but not too fitted cardigan. And the colour of this is so bright and happy, so lovely. Again, so good with blue. Yellow and blue, right? It's such a good combo. And blue jeans, yellow cardigan, good to go. I love it. So yeah, I mean, there's no surprises here. The fit is obviously the same as my previous 3. I wear this in a large. Again, Dôen sizing can be kind of all over the place, but a large in this I find is the perfect size for me. It is on the more fitted side, but it still has that kind of looseness to it, which I appreciate. I don't like anything too tight, and the sleeves aren't too tight, but it does have a slightly shorter length to it, so it looks great with high-waisted jeans. It looks great over dresses, with a skirt. I think it looks really beautiful in particular, actually. It's got these little white buttons. Now, price-wise, this I think is overpriced. I think it shouldn't be. For the composition alone, it shouldn't be this price point. I pay the price because I know I wear these to death and I love the fit of them. And actually, I've never found a cardigan that fits me quite like this before. So to me, it's worth it. But I don't necessarily think if you have another cardigan you love, you know, if you have the Suzanne Gaspard, for example, which is a very similar composition and I would say has a similar feel, then if you love that, stick with that because it's, you know, half the price. But if you don't, if you want something that maybe is a slightly different silhouette, then maybe try it and see how you feel. But I love it, and I love the lemon yellow of this one. I think it's so pretty. We have our first fail of the video. I knew there was one coming. It was going too well. What is this? Why is this cardigan so small? I've never tried this style of cardigan from Dôen before, but I just expected it to fit similar to the previous one. But it's a large as well, but this is so small and tight. I don't know if you can tell, but yeah, you can. I have quite a small bust and it's gaping on me in the large. The sleeves are like skin tight, and they're again a bracelet sleeve, which I don't mind, but they're a bit too short. Like, most of the bracelet sleeves come down to kind of the wrist bone, whereas this is like a couple of inches above that. So it just looks like I'm wearing a cardigan made for a 10-year-old, maybe even like a 6-year-old. It's so small. It's very soft because it's cashmere, so the composition feels lovely, slightly softer than the previous one. But yeah, it's just, I don't know why it's so small. It's the same size. It's a size large, and I just don't think that this fits like a size large. I feel like this fits like a size small. So yeah, this one is not for me. If you're very petite, then maybe this could work for you. If you've got short arms, if you've got, you know, a very petite body, then getting this in your regular size might work. But for me, I would have to size up, and I think they only go up to an extra large. So I don't think that would fit me either, which is kind of crazy. So this one I would not recommend. It's just, yeah, look how tight it is. It's so weird how small it is for a size large. I feel like I've, you know, accidentally ordered a small, but I haven't. I've checked the label and it is a large. So this is not for me, and I wouldn't recommend this one. Let's move on quickly so I can get this off and I don't accidentally stretch this out. I'm going to try this really pretty check dress next. This is a silhouette from Dôen I've also never tried. This is the Valen dress. I don't know if this comes in any other prints or if it's new, but I really loved the blue check. I think it's very fun. And this is a size medium, so let's hope it fits. It's got a little puff sleeve. It's slightly different to the other style of dresses we've tried because it doesn't have any shirring. It's got the buttons down the front, but it's a bit more of it's not a stretchy dress. So I'm hoping it does fit, because sometimes I find with the non-stretchy items, as I said, I need a large. But I went with a medium, and it's got like a tiered skirt situation. So yes, let's try it on. This one I'm not sure is working for my body type, unfortunately. Less so a criticism of the dress. I just don't think it quite works. I do think I just fit better into the stretchier dresses from Dôen. Maybe if I sized up. I feel like there's a tier here. Do you know, I hate dresses where they put a tier round like the widest point of your hips, no matter your body size or shape. That's just never flattering. And there's a tier here right on my hip, on my widest point, and I just feel like not only is it unflattering, but it's also just uncomfortable to have a tier there, because it kind of goes, it crosses like the middle of your bum, so when you're like moving, it's just not nice to have it there. Anyway, other than that, the top fits better, but it's still a little bit awkward. I feel like it's a bit tight here, but then it's fine at the bust. Don't love it. I do love the print. I think the print is really cute. It's like farmer-esque but fun. I like the length. It's again similar length to the first two we tried on, ankle length. And the little puff sleeve is really cute as well. So I think it's just a case of this isn't right for me, but it might be right for some of you. If you have not as wide hips, if you are, you know, wanting a dress that maybe gives you curves rather than emphasizes those that already exist, could work for you. It isn't really see-through, so you're not going to have to wear a slip with this one, which is nice. It does make a change because it is that darker colour, and I feel like it is slightly thicker than the first two, but not as thick as the cotton poplin, somewhere in between. So I don't not recommend it, but if you have a body type like mine, I would probably give it a miss.